Hey everyone, I just wanted to do a quick interview here with Jen Vincent. She is one of our new hybridizers here this year. She won the Best New Cultivar Award on her Jen's Rainier plant back here. Jen is one of the up-and-coming hybridizers that we have. So I was going to take a moment to do a brief interview with her. Just giving the background on Jen, she is part of our society here. She is the secretary actually. We always appreciate her input and she always does an amazing job. Believe it or not, this is her first show. She had something like 20-25 entries. So that's Jen Vincent. We're going to be doing an interview with her later. I don't think it's excessive to say that she actually won half of the awards on this table. She has this plant, that one, and then she has a new cultivar right over there that also is on the winner's table. She's tied for the most ribbons on this queen's table, so she's really going in with a splash. But yeah, so let's go ahead and jump right in. If you see me looking down, it's just that I'm reading my little notes here to ask Jen, so we can kind of keep this orderly. One of the things that impresses me as someone who appreciates African violets and Gesneriads is the fact that you actually study the genetics that's underlying the plant. So not only are you studying that, I mean, maybe you have this streptocarpus and this streptocarpus, you're actually looking at the generations behind that to make sure that the results that you're getting are ones that you're wanting. I mean, how do you find those plants that you really want to use to hybridize?
So a lot of times I have to look for a flower that I like. So if I want like a red flower, I look for a plant that has really nice red flowers, and then I'll look for a plant that has leaves that I want and try to do my cross with those. The only issues you have are if you have leaf variegation, you need that one to be the mama plant. If you have red, you need to have red in the background of whatever cross you're crossing your red with, or you won't get that. Those are just examples of things.
And I mean, to be honest, we've had lots of conversations about your hybrids and kind of where you're wanting to go with your plants, and it's really evident that you're actually playing the long game. I mean, you're crossing this with this to get an offspring that maybe you're crossing with another plant so that you can get, I mean, maybe a variegated strep in the end, which is really impressive that you really grasp that concept, and I don't think a lot of people necessarily get that. I mean, you get it, which is amazing. So what are your main goals when you look into hybridizing maybe a streptocarpus or an African violet?
I, of course, am looking at the plant size, the leaves, the color of the flowers, but I want a plant that everyone can grow. I don't want a plant that gets powdery mildew. I don't want one that's really finicky. I want something that is going to grow well for everyone.
For me, powdery mildew is a major one because I go pretty cold in the winter, and it seems, like you said, I mean, powdery mildew is a genetic susceptibility.
I know that.
So, I mean, if you can get that bred out of your plants, that's amazing. So I'm glad that you're really focusing on that. With that being said, what is your current favorite plant?
I don't necessarily have a favorite. When you decide you want to be a hybridizer, every plant you look at, you think, ooh, that has potential for another cross. I really love red. I've always loved red, and I really love yellow. African violets don't have a true yellow or a true red, so as close as I can get to those.
I totally get it. It's about finding the holy grail, per se, of that perfect plant in the hybridizer's mind that is your end goal here. Well, obviously we have one of your new hybrids back here, and it's amazing. It's Jen's Rainier, and I'm impartial to white, so of course it's a wonderful plant. But I also have seen a few sneak previews of plants that you've been hybridizing that are going to be the next big thing in the African violet world. So when are we going to expect some teaser pictures coming from you?
Thanks, Tim. I think I will probably start releasing some in the late fall, early spring time frame. I want to make sure that they're going to be stable and that they're going to grow well for people. So I'm putting them through the ABSA process and doing the 3 generations before I release them out to everyone.
Yep, we have a great start with Jen's hybrids here, and the ones that are upcoming this fall are absolutely incredible. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're trying to more focus on the semi-miniature varieties more so than the standards.
I like smaller because I don't have room for big plants. Miniature are just too tiny. I may end up with a few of those. I may end up with some standards that I really love, but semi is about perfect.
So is there any specific traits you're currently trying to hybridize into those semi-miniatures?
I like variegated. I like puff fantasy quite a bit. I like the roughly edges or even edging on plants. So mixing those together and seeing what I get is pretty exciting.
It sounds like the perfect concoction that may be released. Is that going to be in accordance with the convention this fall here?
I would like to release some in the convention. Hopefully I will get to show them and then get to sell some leaves at the convention.
And like I said, it's going to be a wonderful release. Truly, I can't say enough good things about Jen as a hybridizer. I've kind of seen her from the ground up. She shares her process with me and other friends, and it is just wonderful watching the results come of her labors. So I hope that you guys can enjoy one of her plants coming soon to you. In the meantime, is there a way that people can maybe follow your process or see some sneak previews of the plants that would be coming up?
So I have my own eBay store. It's called Jen's Blooming House, and I also will hopefully come up with a Facebook page soon so that people can see more of my plants.
And when she does come up with a Facebook page, I'll go ahead and get you guys a link so you guys can follow her directly. I think you won't be disappointed. Like I said in the beginning, I wanted to take a few minutes just to highlight Jen as a new hybridizer in our club and kind of just give her a little bit of recognition in the world because I think she's going to be a force to be reckoned with really quickly. So thank you for taking the time to do an interview, and I can't wait to see what's coming.